who Edmund Burke is, he was just an incredible thinker about 250 years ago. And out of those great thoughts, plus a lot of faith, is what, fostered and founded our country. So, you were going to say?
Yeah, so I would say just to help everybody from the question or anything you want to ask is that I think, Brett, now you are in part of what the juvenile justice?
I'm on 3 committees: juvenile justice, energy, and intragovernmental affairs.
Okay, all right. So I believe, Lao Chen, I think you might have some questions, right?
After finishing.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I have a chance.
Yes. Now's your chance. Yeah. Please.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a big concern. A couple of weeks ago, city has a hearing about the city.
Mm-hmm.
The city hall has a hearing. It's about the business center development. And Bob mentioned you would bring your kids, next generation, come back to John Street, make it livable. And you mentioned the big issue, your concern is the traffic. All these folks, to one point, we want to make this area better and livable. To me, maybe my opinion, I guess, is different. Is not match a lot of people's interest. You are constructor, you are land owner, you are developer. In my opinion, I want Johns Creek can maintain its tree, green space, the natural environment. You see the Georgia developed very aggressive into the mountain. So bear no way to go. So they conflict with the human being. Deer, there's no place to go. So I think for future, for our next generation, I think America should have such a law to define the developed degree, or concentration. I don't know. This is your profession. I don't want to see crazy business. Then bear no way to go. Deer no way to go. Ourselves no way to go. The traffic never can solve. Because I missed that hearing. I told some friend my opinion. They said you should be there. But that day I had some reason. I planned to attend it, however failed. So I don't know. This is probably a situation that may pop up my different opinion.
Okay, good.
And also, we help you win this election. I hope we can see you frequently in future, easily. I went to Tom Price. I continuously get this petition, the email, rushing to my email. So I said, hey, how can you rush to my email? So I want to see you. I never can see you. I visit Tom Price office, I think twice a year. They always say, okay, next time. I think you are our representative. We should be very easy can see you. Right. At least you should give us an opportunity, create such an opportunity. Let common people, let grassroots, we are grassroots.
Yeah, come to my restaurant, okay?
Well, I have a lot of ideas around pop up. For example, last year, the 2-inch snow, crazy, tear down her system. And also about the internet. A lot of issues we concern. We want someone can represent us find solutions. Okay, sorry, my voice maybe not match a lot of people's interest, but I have to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
To maybe perhaps answer some of your questions, if you want to come down to my office, unfortunately, that the state provides is right across from the Capitol. I'd like to tell you that I got a penthouse suite. It is the top floor, and that's where all the freshmen go. So, and as you work in the system and get more seniority, then eventually you actually end up with an office over on the Capitol side. But you're always welcome to come down there. It's office 612 in the Coverdale CLOB, Coverdale Legislative Office Building, right across from the Capitol. But my way to really stay in touch with the constituents for the district is to come to Andy's restaurant. And we'll have like a little mini town hall here. But also on day 20, I started on day 13. On day 20, I sent out an email already to everyone that's on my email list, and that's about 1,500 people, just to say, here's the laws that have been passed so far. And I intend to send out one this week because I'm filing 2 more bills, and I want to let you know what they are, because the first 2 bills I filed were almost like they give them to rookies, and just so that they can work through their process. So when you get a bill, oh, what do I do? Oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to go to the Legislative Council, and you go over there and you meet the attorney, and he drafts the bill. Then you pick it up. Then you go over here. Then you get signatures. So it's really just learning how the whole process works. The next 2 are the ones with meat, because those are the ones that are going to, if they pass, will increase homestead exemption, which saves taxpayers money. Just so you're clear about this, and never doubt this, I work for the taxpayers. I don't work for the government. I don't work for government employees. Not that they're great. They're wonderful people. It's not that, but I just know how hard it is to earn a paycheck, and I know how much the government takes out for this deduction, that deduction, and so I just feel an obligation to make sure that you get maximum value for what you spend. And if we can give money back to the taxpayers, that's what I want to do. So my bills, they're already drafted. I had to actually post them in the county register before I could actually get a House bill number, because it has to do with the homestead exemption. And so I'll be sending out an e-blast on that. But I do intend to have some town halls, located throughout the city over the course of time. But I don't have an office. It's a part-time job, and this is not like at the State House. This is not like Washington, D.C. So when I got down there was no gym, there was no barber shop, there was no bank, and that's okay. It was just it's the old Capitol building, and there's some offices stuck in there. So relatively, it's a low budget operation. To your comment about transportation, as it relates to the city, I'll defer to your mayor and your city council, because I don't want to get in trouble with the mayor and council saying, why is Brad saying something about what he would do? So I respect, and likewise, I try and keep my nose out of what's going on up in Washington. I'm here to really govern and look over the affairs for our district and our state. But as it relates to transportation, I do believe that we really have, as we talked about at RLG last weekend, there's really, I think, 3 major issues in Georgia. There's rural Georgia, and they have their own transportation, concerns. And their transportation concerns are, they want their roads paved. They have got dirt roads, and so they think that they should have asphalt on them. And some of those 2-lane roads need to be 4-lane. And that relatively is an easy fix, and it's not a very expensive fix compared to when you get to Metro Atlanta. Because in Metro Atlanta, you start widening roads, you have to purchase right away. and land is so expensive in Metro Atlanta. So the cost just goes up by a factor of 100 to 1,000 per mile. So it's a lot more expensive to do road construction in Metro Atlanta. So I'm saying that the cost per mile goes up astronomically in Atlanta because you have to buy right away. Whereas in South Georgia, you're talking about buying farmland that goes for $2,000 an acre. Whereas in Atlanta, you're talking about land that goes for $20,000 a foot. So there's just a huge, delta there. And so it means that our roads are going to cost more. And then just the construction cost will cost more because then you have to set up all your safety and your barricades and when you can pave, things like that. So with Metro Atlanta, we have two primary issues as I see it. One is you and me being able to get to work. So you live in Johns Creek, but your job's in Perimeter. How do you get there? And so we don't have the road system to connect to that. So that is the one issue we have. So we have capacity issues. And then the other issue is that we have all these people from the Midwest and Canada that want to drive through our state to get to Florida. And so we have that, and then we have all the truck traffic. And so I think we really have to look at, outer bypasses around Atlanta for truck traffic. And I think what you're really seeing is a strong consensus for the use of what's called P3, which is public-private partnership. And so that's why it's called P3. So we're really going to be talking about toll roads. And people sometimes say, why do we have toll roads? Well, folks, here's the good news. If you don't use the roads, they are free. If you do use the roads, it's going to cost you something. Do you want to fix traffic or don't you? So we have a choice. We can raise the gas tax, or we can say, let's have toll roads. And so when you look at some of these roads, like having a bypass, an outer bypass for truck traffic, and that would be the primary interest for that. To get it built, it's probably what's going to have to happen. And so there's some legislation that's proposed this year, and I think it's going to be received favorably by the House and by the Senate. I think people recognize that transportation is a huge issue. Does that answer all your questions? Because parkland and green trees, that goes to City Council. So I'll stay out of.
I understand. I wish someone can pass my voice to.
Well, what I will say about Bob Gray is Bob Gray, when he ran for City Council, he actually had a listening tour. And so he went out and he met with people. So Bob has an ear to the ground. He's one of your best City Council members you could ever hope to get, because he just didn't get elected and then doesn't take your phone call. He's out there, he's talking to people. He'll give you his cell number, he'll give you his email, he'll talk to you. He's very accessible. And I think that's what we all want in our elected officials. We want to know that they're accessible to us. As it relates to the House, I've been getting emails about all these different House bills. And some of them are from people that aren't even in our district, but what they understand is that there's 180 House members, and even though it's not something for the actual district, I get to vote on it. And so they're out there, vote yes on this, vote no on that. And so you get solicited by all sorts of people to sway you one way or the other on votes. And you have to respect that, that people want their voice to be heard.
Great. Brad, talk about Washington. If you want to, we can help you to get there.
No. I like staying in Georgia. Being in the State House, it's a great part-time, full-time job, or a part-time. I don't know which way it is. It's 40 days, and on day 30 is crossover day. But after April 3rd, then I can go back to my business and really be running my business all day long. One of my sons works in my company, and so he's handling my portion of the sales I would handle. And it wasn't really fair to him. He's been busy because he has his own work, and then he also has my work. But fortunately, I have two other division managers, and they've really picked up the slack. but this really fits what I could do right now, and it's a way for me to contribute. And there's so many ways that we can contribute, as citizens. Some of it's to run for elected office, other is to help people get elected, and others just to, be an advocate for an issue that's really important to you. That you can change things if there's something that really you say, this needs to change. And people get excited about an issue. They're passionate about something, and they put their energy behind it. And people follow, passion. Without a vision, the people perish. And so when you have a vision, people will follow you.
I think we have two questions. The one, this one.
I think I have a quick question, just to get some clarification. Jay told me running for city council is a voluntary job, and you said your job is a part-time job. So, and also you said try to make the councils or representatives more accessible to the normal people. And I just want to get some clarification between volunteer job and part-time job. How much commitment or how much hours is any obligated hours on the job, or is that just whenever I'm available kind of scenario? Thank you.
Okay. I'm new to the State House, but I've been told that there's some people that get elected and they'll show up for the 40 days. If they don't show up, there's an E on the board, which means excused absence, just like the teacher would do. So you want to get excused by the clerk. But then they really never do much when they're there. And then there's other people. There's a representative. He's already, I think, introduced 15 or 20 bills this legislature, this legislative session. It's just amazing. This guy's an incredible workhorse. And so there's other people that are, I guess you call them overachievers. I have 4 bills, or I will have 4 bills this session, and that's about all I can say grace over. I'm really busy with that. I'm still learning the ropes, but and so it's really, and then sometimes there may not be something for you to do, but for those 40 days you're really busy, and I would say that it's probably for those 40 days, probably 12 hours a day until I haven't hit day 30 to day 40, but I understand that people are there till 3 a.m. And so those days are just because there's 450 House bills that have been, filed. And those have not crossed over to the Senate yet. Once they cross over to the Senate, and if the Senate does vote for them, then you might have to come back to a conference committee, make a few changes. Then also the Senate has been passing bills. We've voted on a few of those. They'll be coming our way also. So you're looking at 650 to 800 bills. And many of those have not been signed yet by both houses. So you're looking at all that to get done in less than 10 days. So that goes up to probably a 20-hour day for those 10 days. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be kind of remind me of when I was back in engineering school before my finals. So I survived that. I guess I can survive this. At City Council, the council members, typically the diligent ones, you meet every 2 weeks, but then you're preparing, and you're getting information all during the week. So council is over a whole year with that part-time. Well, I mean, like the whole course of a year, you meet twice a month, whereas at the state level, you meet 40 days, then you're off. Then what you'll have after you have probably a few weeks break, over the year, there'll be committees that you'll be on, and you'll be doing work preparing for next year. And so you're really looking out. When you show up in January, a lot of the bills have already been pre-filed. And so people have already done committee work on those bills. So there's work that goes on during the course of the year, so as you prepare for additional legislation or looking at additional needs for the state.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so now we have one more question, but I think we're running out of time.
Okay,
So
great.
that's the beginning. after. So now I think we have something want to talk about, and after that we're going out to the pictures, and we have a total of 10 minutes. This is about it.
Thank you. Afternoon. First of all, I want to introduce one of the tools we used during the campaign.